Welcome everyone. Today I'll talk about global warming for my IB personal project. Glaciers are melting and because of this sea levels are rising. Forests are burning and wildlife in general is getting destroyed. It's clear that humans caused these and probably most of you know what global warming is, but I'll explain it in detail in case you don't know or maybe you'll know something new. By releasing gases that trap heat that we use to power our modern lives, global warming is created. We call these gases greenhouse gases. I'll explain what greenhouse gases are in a moment. All you need to know is that greenhouse gas levels are higher right now than any time in 800,000 years. Global warming is causing lots of changes in the Earth's climate or weather patterns that occur long term, like how the weather is in winter or how the weather is in summer. Most people think that global climate change and global warming are the same things, but they are not. So, you might ask, what does global warming cause other than climate change? First of all, wildfires. Global warming heats up forests and causes forest wildfires. Other than that, glaciers are melting, which causes sea levels to rise. Because of the rising sea levels, polar bears die. This is because melting glaciers makes it harder for them to hunt and survive. This also affects people because the world gets its drinking water from rivers and spring systems that are fed more than half by the meltwater coming off the glaciers, and 40% of people on Earth will experience a serious shortage because of this. What is greenhouse effect and why is it bad? The greenhouse effect is the warming that occurs when some gases that are in the atmosphere trap heat. These gases let light in but keep the heat inside, like the walls of a greenhouse. That's where the name comes from after all. Can global warming be stopped is a question most of you might be asking yourselves. The answer to this would be yes. While we cannot stop global warming overnight, we can slow the rate and limit the amount of greenhouse gases that we release into the world. Even if all greenhouse gases were stopped being produced today, the temperature rise will continue for a few decades since the ocean currents bring heat stored in the depths of the ocean back. You can see the graph of the heat rise over the last few years here. World leaders signed the Paris Agreement in 2015, 12 December. 12 December is also my birthday. The agreement aims to substantially reduce greenhouse gas production to limit the global temperature rise to 2 degrees Celsius. Also while trying to limit it to 1.5 and not 2. This agreement also provides financing to developing countries to enhance their abilities to adapt to climate impacts. Last but not least, I will go over how you can help slow global warming. First of all, we should switch to renewable sources of energy. We should try to use public transportation or electric cars instead of those which burn fossil fuels. We can replace normal light bulbs with fluorescent light bulbs. Even one will save 115 pounds of carbon dioxide every year. It is thought that the population of Earth will reach 10 billion by 2050. What we eat has big effects on pollution and greenhouse gases. So we can try to switch to more environmentally friendly diets, such as eating less meat. How does eating less meat affect global warming, you might be thinking, and that's because animal agriculture takes lots of land and water to produce meat. If you want to eat meat and can change your diet, you can still help by doing something as simple as recycling. We should reduce plastic usage and recycle everything possible, which is obvious and can save 2,400 pounds of carbon dioxide every single year. If your house has a garden, you can plant a tree. Lastly, you can donate to non-profit organizations such as WWF, Greenpeace and Sea Shepherd. To do this, you don't even have to leave your house. I hope you learned something new and there's no questions left in your mind. Thank you for listening to me.